some paper on the back of the cover, and I've made this a pocket by just gluing here and here. And then on the back, I just layered some papers on the front. I just layered some music paper, craft paper, music paper, and then this is the printed papers. And there's no pocket here yet or anything like that. I just used an old phone book over here, paste paper. This, I did have a pocket back here. And to make a pocket, you want a strong glue, okay? And you only want to glue on the 3 sides. This is not a pocket, but this is. Now, normally I don't put a pocket on the back of these, but I wanted to on this one because I want to put some really tall tags back here, and I want them to stick up. Okay, so I do that, and then on here, I want to make a pocket and put some stuff in it with a paper clip or something to make it poof out, to have layers and layers and layers, right? So this is what it looks like. So I hope I got to catch the majority of this. This is just craft paper, come in that roll. I don't know if I showed it to you previously or not. This is painter's paper. It's in the paint section, and I can actually cut this and print on this in my printer, but please be careful because it is super thin, okay? So it can jam in a printer, but I have printed on it. Anyway, it's painter's tape. It comes by the roll. It's like $6 or $7. I got this at a thrift shop for like $1. So, I mean, it's amazing paper. It holds paint well. So, if I wanted to come in here and do some painting or inking, as you can tell, it holds the ink really well, then I could. Okay, so I just put this on here with this glue. On this glue, and then I use this glue around the edges, okay, to make sure. And then it'll fold up like this. So, it's just a layer. This is what the front looks like, okay? This is this side. I didn't put nothing here yet. Alright, and then I've got this layer, and this is the spine, because I'm not going to do anything to the spine, because I'm going to put some jute rope in here, you know, when I sew my signatures in. Now, if you have a sewing machine and you have a number 16 needle, right, then you can come in here and sew this journal. Yep, because it's not that thick, right? So if you have a 16-inch needle for your sewing machine, then you can sew the cover on, right? You can sew just to give it some definition, you can sew on the edges. And I could have sewn on the paper and the cover before I put the back on. Before I put this paper, I forgot actually, I was going to show you that. Before I put this back paper on, I could have stitched all this down, right? And I can still do it if I want to add some, because I know there was some interest about sewing. So I may do I don't know if I will sew on this because it's got to dry. You can't sew on wet paper, so it's got to dry. So I may do some sewing a little bit later on it or something before I put sew my signatures in. If you're interested in learning about sewing paper and using a sewing machine, comment down below, because if you don't comment and let me know that you want to see a tutorial on using a sewing machine and using it to sew this covers, then if you don't tell me down below, I'm not going to do it, okay, because I've got so much going on right now. But anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed this part. Stay tuned for the next part. Get your cover ready. Meet me back here, and we'll put our signatures in, with our papers, okay?